All right, we are back like we never left. Happy Friday, folks. This is episode 12. I think that's right. Episode 12, the small cap review. Um, Pretty sleepy day here in the markets, but there were a handful of plays. I'm just going to go over three today. Two I traded, one I did not. So I'm going to start with the two that I participated in, which were also the more notable moves or the more notable gappers. So I'm going to start with LIDR, hands down the best move of the day for me. Um, Now, this was a name that was an after hours popper. Um, and if we look at the daily chart here, we're opening, pretty much in or right at the top of this daily gap level here. So easy enough to have all this kind of mapped out down here. Where I got interested in it was this higher low after open. Um, I like these plays close to open because you have such clear stops. I mean, my stop was right here at, 145, right below this low that it made at the open. We know that strong stocks make the low of day in the first 5 minutes. And so that's what I want to be a part of. The EMAs were crossing positive here. And I thought that we could get a nice move up into this pre-market range. And then again, if we look at the daily, we had this recent pivot up here at 214 and this $2 whole level right below. So those are kind of the ultimate targets that I had in mind and what I was looking for going into the play. So like I said, at open, once I saw this higher low being formed, went ahead and got in, and then it was a waiting game. I if this would have made this move a little bit higher up into this after hours slash pre-market zone, which again easy to draw out here. I probably would have taken some profits and ran, but I was holding full all the way through this move for the most part. First profits I was taking was on this big extension candle. So once we continued to hold, I mean, right here it was holding these 160s, holding 160s, comes back, continues to make higher lows. So it was actually a pretty clean chart, which is what kept me in it. Candles like this were a little bit more concerning, where you get more of a fake breakout type look, but moves like that get absorbed are good fuel for a strong leg up. So once we got on top of the daily zone, I felt good about a push into this level, maybe at worst a quick fake breakout over 180s, but obviously we got a much more sustained move from there, blasted right through this after hours zone, wicked into it, and held above it. So um, the I was taking profits in here, up here at this wick above this level as well. So maybe had a quarter or less here, but this was a nice hold of the ADMA, nice tight flag look here. Um, when I saw this candle be made, I was like, okay, this is probably done, but immediately it did not have any more pressure to the downside, and we know that the best moves up are failed moves, failed short triggers. So you could get this massive short trigger here, clear as day, high volume, fake breakout looking candle, but absorption for the next leg up and do get that true tap of the daily gap level above, which we can clearly see here on the daily chart. And yeah, that's the top of the move for then. At this point, I think I had literally like double digit shares left. Like I did not have many left at all at this point, and yeah, I ended up holding some, got stopped out down here around VWAP on the little bit that I had left, just because I wanted to, I just wanted to see if it had any more juice. It was a sick trade, and I had a great average on it, so I was all right with giving a little bit back, and we ended up kind of getting that secondary move I was looking for, just more of a pullback than I was ready for or anticipating or willing to let happen. So into the end of the day, who knows what could happen here, whether we get a double top or lower high position, right? If we draw out those fibs, let's see, of course. All right, here we go. Right now we are in that kind of lower high 61 to 78 fib range, so we'll see what'll happen. I'm definitely done trading for the day, but this will be important to see how, if we're going to trade it on Monday or keep it on radar, or what may be. So hope you made made a good trade on this one today. If you played it, a little trickier on the short side, like I said, with some of these, fake triggers, things that you could have gotten tricked out on. But yeah, overall, pretty nice trader. Now that you look at it, nice little head and shoulders, and yeah, head and shoulders type of pattern here. But yeah, we'll move on to other name, NVAX. Now this was the top gapper of the day. It gapped up 124% and went straight parabolic around 7 o'clock market time. Pretty crazy move to see. I was interested in this name because it was easy to borrow. It had put in this parabolic move, so I could see, there being some short pressure on it with everyone trying to get in on this name, high dollar name, looking for a high dollar fade. So when I was holding these levels right here on the daily, I was interested and got in right around VWAP and got stopped out here on this candle, this kind of flush down. For pretty much break even, I think I lost, a couple bucks on it, but small cuts are totally, totally fine. I was not going to take profits anywhere below the high of day here and was hoping for at best to push up into these like $12, $13 range. So um, really, there's not a ton that I have to say on this name. I mean, as you see, we have this on the daily. It is super, super extended right to this like key area up here with lots of pivots that are easy to map in this area, but it just really lacked any juice to get there. If we look at the volume that it had in the pre-market, it was a ton. Yeah, 36 almost 37 million shares on a $10 stock. I mean, the dollar volume there is nuts. So for it to be able to, take that out, give us the 4 times volume that we want, would have been a lot. It's actually came kind of close. I mean, it would have needed what 160 million-ish, less than that, obviously, closer to 150. But we end up getting close to 100 there. So, like I said, it just would have taken a lot of dollar volume, and on a Friday where a huge move was made, just makes it a little bit less likely. But I'm always going to take something on top of daily levels, on top of pivots, making a higher low type of look. So, good tight risk on there. Happy with the trade overall. Um, Maybe a little bit forced given the lack of I shouldn't, it's not lack of volume, but just the lack of aggressive price action that we saw play out on the chart. So we'll keep it moving. RNAZ. Now this was a little bit different. It wasn't a gapper. It was a continuation play. I think this was like day maybe 3 on it. Scroll, scroll, scroll. We're gonna get there. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, so more than day 3. I mean, this thing has kind of been grinding up on the daily. Um, it's been a nice move up since the 25th of April. So what I liked about this play here, and really what I'm looking for in any continuation play, is just a nice clean setup off of the previous high of day. So that was really easy to draw out and see here. And it gets respected right before open. Then we get a nice dip into the zone as well, and then a clean, clean move up, flag on top of VWAP, decreasing volume, and then expanding volume on the move up. And it makes it pretty clear where the top is in at on this one. I mean, you get the high day volume and then selling like you have not seen previously on the chart before. I guess you could say that's kind of proportionate to what we see here as we pull back to the EMAs and VWAP. But when you get that high today selling candle and just all this massive volume going off up top, clearly an exchange of shares there. If we go to the hourly chart, I bet we probably can find the level that this based off of. Let's see. Yeah, maybe would have drawn a zone to the downside cheating a little bit because I know where it went already. But just this whole area kind of counting as that high of day top. Let's see. Oh, I'm not even going back to that. I'm not scrolling on that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we'll do that one. 2 hour. Draw that over. Like I said, cheating a little bit there with that previous zone, but um, if I was in the name, that's the kind of thing that I would be looking for over on the hourly. So these moves into it and then fail back below it, below VWAP, cross down on the EMA. So really the thing to take away here is just that previous high of day move to initiate it, this nice flag on top of VWAP and the expanding volume all the way up. 8 EMA as a guide, like I like to preach and tell y'all. And then if you're taking profits on extension away from the 8 EMA, that's a good place to do it. So um, maybe some plays out there for the shorts, but honestly, yeah, like AEMD was one. That was a pretty nice short setup. We did have these daily pivots down below. If this chart makes me scroll, we're not even going to talk about it. Let's see. Not even gonna do it. We we had these nice pivots below that were easy to bounce off of at the open, get this nice volume, but we reject the nearest daily zone, and it is cooked from there. Um, Gives a nice fade up to probably about 30% on the fade. Yeah, almost 40% on the fade. So nice play there to the short side. So like I said, overall, it was a very sleepy day in the markets here. SRTS, this was another easy to borrow name, if I remember correctly from the morning, um, was pretty light on volume. Here at the open, we're looking at candles that have, 100,000 shares per 2-minute candle, which is not a lot, but it did hold daily gap level. That was very obvious on the chart. We're getting that level from right here, 450. Clear as day. So when we get the base on top of there, we're basing on it 2, 3 times, then get that nice move up to the next daily zone. So I don't know. Pretty clear that these zones were the obvious ones on the chart. Maybe this is a name I should have been a little bit more interested in, but some tricky price action here. Just if you're entering at this level, I don't know. I'm probably not sticking around for this move to retest it before we grind up. I don't really want to be sitting at the desk trading until after 12:30 market time. So anyway, I said I was going to do 3 and we just did 5. So I'll go ahead and call it. Hope you all traded well this week and are taking the weekend to rest, to recover, do some studying, and we'll hit it again on Monday. Hopefully we get a little bit more exciting action. I will take blame in jinxing the market with the market is hot title earlier in the week. That is on me. So have a good weekend. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe if you liked it. I'll be doing these every day. Leave a question, leave a comment, and yeah, have a good weekend. Thanks.